welcome to Sourdough for Normal People. So today I am feeding my starter. It's been in my fridge for a couple weeks. That's totally fine. When you aren't going to be using your starter, go ahead and put it in the fridge. It'll live for months, potentially years. I've heard of people leaving it in the fridge. Anyway, but now we've got it out. We want to feed it, get it active so we can use it again. If someone gave you some starter, that's the kind of way you're starting. If you have a jar of discard in your fridge, same thing. So we want to bulk it up, we want to feed it. Okay. If you have a scale, it's going to be a little more accurate. If you don't have a scale, use your measuring cups. 1 cup of starter, almost exactly. A little more, that's okay. 1 cup starter, 1 cup all-purpose flour, 1 cup water. I do a 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. Now the water, use purified water if you have it. If you don't, get your water, leave it out overnight, then it's fine to use. All that chlorine will evaporate. Okay, so I'm going to take my starter, put it into a nice big bowl so it can expand, because we now have 3 cups of material, right? So dump this guy in here. Mine is named Susie, by the way. You should name your sourdough, because it's basically a pet. A very needy pet sometimes. Let's see. Get Susie in there. All right. Don't get all of it, that's okay. Sourdough starter, you don't want to run down your drain, so I'm going to fill this with hot water and let it sit for a while until all of that dissolves, then it's fine. Okay, we're going to add our 1 cup of flour. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix it at this stage. A little bit, get that incorporated, because I'm not just going to dump in a whole cup of water. I want to make sure that maybe my starter is more hydrated than I think, so I'm going to start with a little at a time. Okay, so nice and dry, that's okay. Dump in, let's do half. We're going to mix. This is how you get your arm workout for the day, is mixing your sourdough. Getting Susie to behave. So mix. Get it incorporated. Mix. So now we have this consistency. See, it's still kind of stringy, kind of thick. We need just a little bit more water, because the yeast and bacteria need plenty of water to live. That's where bacteria lives, is in the water and the yeast. Mix. Start slowly so you don't splash water all over yourself like I usually do. Once that is mostly mixed up, get crazy with it. Mix. Say it with me. Mix. Okay, let's check our consistency. See, it's not as stringy, more fluid. This is almost where we want it. If you stopped here, it'd be fine. If you stopped at the last stage, it'd be fine too. Just may take a little bit longer and it wouldn't have as much water to work with. So give it one more little splash. See, we still have this much water left. That's okay. That's why I don't add it all at once. I don't want it to be too soupy. Mix. Okay, she's looking good. She's looking soupy. Don't want too soupy. They always say, like, kind of a loose cake batter, or a loose pancake batter, rather. I don't make pancakes enough to know what that is. So I always watch their consistency and try to mimic it. About like that. Nice and fluid. That looks like the pancake batter to me, but that's the consistency we like. So now I'm going to run and grab another mason jar, because I want to clean this one out. That one's pretty gross and nasty. I'm going to go get another mason jar. And I'm not going to put this right in the mason jar. I'm just going to get one ready, because I'm going to cover this and let it rise in here, because that's way more than a mason jar is going to be able to hold probably, and I've had it explode out the top before. So we're all done with this. I'm going to scrape it, get it all kind of in the middle, put some saran wrap over it, leave it in a warm place for 12 hours, right around there. A little bit more, a little bit less, not a big deal. You just want to make sure it peaks, so you'll notice your line will come up and then start going back down. You'll see where it was. That's why we want to scrape it down on the sides. Scrape. And then we'll let Susie do her thing, and we'll check on her tomorrow.